Hello. So, back right after the fight, party's changed slightly. These three are the same. She's the same. There really wasn't much new going on in the store. I believe there was actually a better crossbow for him, though he's pretty much alright. No, it's still the same one. I mean, in general, it seems like with the higher damage across the board, you can get away without upgrades for longer. Yeah, so that's all the same. She's all well and good. I do appreciate that the mage staff is actually a two-hander now. It seemed a little bit weird to not use that thing in the original, because you could just plop a shield with it. Didn't make sense to upgrade to later staffs, because, you know, shield. Gave him a warrior ring instead of defender. Hopefully that helps out with his tomahawk damage. That might have been the thing that was causing him to kind of lag behind a little bit. Also gave him subdue in case any animals come along. Gave her a longbow and anatomy. Voltaire's been switched to hammers. You know, as he probably should have been to begin with, but hey, whatever. And then went and got a new hire, so Elle, the sorceress here, set her up for lightning and water, because those are the seemingly most useful ones I just kind of had lying around. Didn't want to spend too much money on it. Thank you, dog in the background, for coughing up a hairball. That's a pleasant sound right there. Let's pop her in. Not really much else to say here, I think. I thought there was supposed to be another air cell fight. Alright. Well, either way, I'll probably get back to the air cell fight later then. Or no, she's in... yeah, I don't really do the lore out much. First Terror Knight. Unfortunately, there were no class marks that came as a result of doing this, so we'll see. Now, let's see, 158, 144. How does that compare to... Well, he's still kind of weak compared to my knight. Although, to be fair, he does have a shield. Alright, well, we'll see how he performs, one way or another. Can you do anything right off the bat? What do you mean no spells to cast it? I just taught you this stuff. The hell? Oh, crap. She doesn't have the levels for it. Okay, so she's just gonna sit back here. Always forget about the level requirements. Still kind of secretly hoping for some version down the road where, well, there are no level requirements. But that's, you know, that's kind of a little bit of a dream. Also, I'm not really sure why the bow caused an issue there, but the crossbow didn't. Who knows? The funny parts are funny. It's just... I want to get her fist skill up, but actually, now that I think about it, it's not a good thing to be testing it that way. Unfortunately, poison. Useful for attacking, not so good for sparring. And then again, there's a possibility that I can just get her fist skill up without, you know, a fist weapon. Alright, that's something to test later, though. First off, pikemen need to get into their positions. Just get into position to circle them around. I want that griffin, though. So I think... I can't really afford a hobble. Yeah, and that warrior ring really did it, so it looks like he's got some decent damage now. So for a one-handed, you know, just basic thrown weapon, that's pretty fantastic. One thing that I want to see here, though, does status effects still prevent something from being recruited? Also, yeah, your dad's struggle? No, that's no frickin' reason to be fighting anything. Don't care how noble of lineage or whatever crap you've got going on is. If it's somebody else's fight, it's somebody else's fight. Poison? Not gonna risk... Well, I'm gonna try to stun the griffin. I'm pretty sure poison pretty actively prevents it. Prevents recruiting, I mean. Anyone injured? Not really. Oh, and I also gave her a bunch of new abilities. So let's go ahead and give you a little bit of a buff here. Neato. you're pretty friggin' dangerous. If I'm not mistaken, it feels like their evasion rate has gone up, actually. It seems like they were very unlikely to dodge stuff in the original. Yeah. Man, that thing is blocking like crazy. Nice. Okay, now, you get in there and do some business for us. That might kill. Might go for that. Alright, that only takes 10 now, thankfully. It was stupid that that took 50 before. So I'm gonna have him try to recruit that thing. Yeah, just go for that. The result is expected, but oh well. Yeah, they definitely can take more punishment than before. In the original, he'd already be dead. They were super squishy. I guess they thought they balanced it because they gave him like a leech life move, but they were just made of tinfoil. Yeah, I might have to shield bash to Nalto to get him into closer range. That's very possible. We will see as time permits. Thunk. They also seem much more likely to block from the back now, too. Or just more likely to block in general. Time for Berserk. And that's a little unlikely, but worth a shot. And man, that was good. Okay. Thank you, Berserker, for being awesome. I do like that you can swap them out for a light load so they dodge well. Brilliant change there. I mean, they got some version of that, but they were pretty much stuck to using axes if they did it that way before. Now, what can we give a heal to? I don't even need one, really. Not really. Alright. In that case, probably toss another Instill on you. And we have, I'm thinking double stab on that Berserker and Hawk Knight, and then or just Hawkman. Not necessarily a knight of any description. And then another one on the bird and the Berserker. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no. He doesn't have the means for it. Fine. Are you gonna do a double counter? No. And Donalto, you are slow as crap right now. Also, I could be wrong, but, with kind of the more leveled out way that stats are going right now, feels like she would have died in the original right there. Well, at least we know it's a guaranteed crit, it's not going to go harder than that. You finish off this unreasonably tanky bastard. Or attempt to, anyway. I might potentially have the first death of this run. Alright. Still don't want to chance that. Why don't we do one of these? Just chuck one out somewhere here. Yeah, that'll have to do. Unfortunately, his recovery time is awful, but whatever. Now, can you finally finish off that fencer or whatever he is? No, he's just a warrior. Okay. Finish off Birdman over here. Just using that for the guaranteed kill. Even if the RT is awful. That Altair just can't catch a break. Poor guy's just always up there, always trying to hit stuff from the front. Maybe I'm giving him bad instructions. That's almost certain. Oh, whatever. He's supposed to attack from the front, dang it. Feels like this might be slightly closer. Yeah, I love how they can, how clerics can serve multiple roles now. They can be a light attacker, they can be a healer, they can be support. It's awesome. Doesn't make so much more sense as to why everyone keeps them around. I gotta say, original remake, it was so confusing, because you're like, they can heal this tiny amount. You've got items that... I mean, hell, that one fight where they end up going and using a bunch of those items instead of actually using their abilities. Like, okay, you have a dedicated mob of healers, which actually that fight's in this route, so I'm gonna end up seeing that. We have a dedicated mob of healers here, and they're using items as opposed to their abilities. Maybe that's telling you something. Something's gone a little bit awry with his balance. But, yeah, original TO, though, or rather the original, that's not gonna get confusing at all. That fight was actually pretty difficult. At times, anyway. It kinda depended, like, actually fighting the guy, or the Terra Knight guy, was a little bit iffy. But, I mean, the healers themselves, if you got close, it didn't matter. But... you know, they just kept healing and healing. I would say they were more resilient than anything else, but... either way. It was kind of one of those moments of, hey, if you had a doubt that this was the genocide route, well, there you go. Now, Denalto's probably gonna get a turn sometime within this next decade, so I suppose I can plan for that. And there goes Yesamine. Yeah, you still don't have anything, so just go back attack this guy. Actually, now that I think about it, one thing that I was curious about is if there's a way to implement the no counters on the back attacks. I don't assume there is, but I mean, if there's already, I guess, a sort of measurement of where you're attacking from, there, plus a whole thing of not countering when you have stun on, there has to be something like that. Now, why don't you punch him real quick? Not much, but it's extra. Yes? Yes. We has Griffin. Yeah. Give you a bit of a heal. I don't think there's much else I want to accomplish from this fight, so I can probably just end it. And yeah, like right there, it's... before that probably would have done like 80 and 100%. So, they're pretty significantly nerfed. In the best way. Because they really needed a nerf. I mean, it was actually mind-boggling to me every single time, because I expected the AI would just go and figure that out. Just throw boulders. Yep. Maybe attacking random armies in a swamp, not the best plan for surviving very long. Oh well. No, you don't fight for vengeance. You pretty much fight for trying to end a war by causing more wars. It makes sense in the context. Griffin. Now, I believe this is the ye old-timey spelling of Griffin. I think it was Griffin in the original remake. Don't know. But let's see what crafting options are available. Craft stuff. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll buy a recipe. I'm gonna say melee weapons and smithing armor. And do I have any of these things on hand? Probably not. Need Targe. Need 7 bronze in. Yay, there's a Scootum! You can actually make it into a Scootum. That's me likey. So yeah, as before, these are just flat upgrades. Let's see, brass. I'm just gonna need lots of bronze by the looks of it. Yeah, hauberk. And some brass, iron, or bronze and iron. Yeah, okay. No, I actually might bother with this. First up, spare weapons. Let's get rid of a couple of those. I like to leave one of everything. That way, in case it's actually necessary down the line, it's there. Just in case I fail, I'm gonna keep those around. Gonna need those in a sec. Yeah, get rid of the leather. Everyone that I need having them already has them. Right, so let's pick up ores, timber, textiles. You know what? I'm just gonna get all of them. I'm assuming I'll need a crap ton of these. Alright, now hopefully that'll be enough. Let's go to ores. Bronze, I need 3 per soldier at least. There are 4 of them being equipped, so... I'm just gonna start with 16 of these. And yeah, you don't need to put together all the ores or whatever anymore, you just make the ingots, because, you know, logic. You don't want to spend half a day putting this stuff together. Actually some incentive to craft now. We're gonna do that. Grab some of this. I'm just gonna use as much iron as is available. Alright, neat. Now we go to... First off, what can we craft here? Make a basilard. Fuck. I love some of these names. These are just awesome. I might upgrade their spears. I need to go probably take off their vulges and... What can I make wood-wise? See if I can upgrade these spears first. Yeah, so first things first, upgrade spears, then upgrade armor. Yes, I might have a very major preference to spears, what of it? Ooh, Spada. Tempting, but I'll do that later. Oh, he already has a Hasta in here. Oh man, I was mentioning it and I didn't even look at this menu. I was just saying when so I used to play RuneScape a fair bit, and so they had an issue with their spears outright sucking. Like as far as weapons went, they had this whole different damage type system going on, and so their whole purpose was, well, you basically had your spears. They were a two-handed weapon, and they had even stats across slash, stab, and crush. Which, you know, that doesn't necessarily make sense, but whatever. So they had all that set up, right? Well, that basically just meant that they sucked in all situations. And frankly, I always ended up just using one because spears. They had a weapon that gave you 1 extra tile of reach, which in that case was a halberd. So a spear, like, it didn't give you the range advantage, it didn't give you a fighting advantage. The theoretical advantage there was just that, well, if your opponent was weak to a particular thing, then you'd have that thing. But that's the thing, they were never weak enough that it actually mattered unless they were an NPC. So they were, by and large, just a plain Oh, wow, that's actually... I mean, yeah, okay, that works, that's fine. By and large, they were just crap. So finally, you know, people were asking for a buff for a long time, and finally I said, you know, okay, fine, we'll slightly buff them, and oh yeah, here's hostas. So they were basically the same thing. You could take your spear, and you basically made it into a one-handed version. Here's the weird part, though. So normally, those spears, they came with a very slight defense bonus, like it was... Basically, the way it worked, the higher your defense, the higher your odds of just flat-out avoiding damage, rather than actually negating any part of it. So you got like a 10%, something like that increase. Now bear in mind, around the same time with the spear in particular that I'm comparing it with, you would end up getting... a shield would probably give you like 30, 40, something like that. So then they ended up changing them to where the two-handed versions give you pretty much nothing, but then the basic ones give you negative 15 to all of those, so you basically lose a lot of the effectiveness of your spear. Also, quick thing here. Since I already have archers represented, I'm going to take Sarah out for the Griffin. Oh, sorry. Had a hiccup there. Go for the Griffin. You know what, I really should have picked up a weapon for him, but well. But yeah, it was just kind of funny, because then they continued to suck, and then they made some really, like, super endgame versions that were ridiculously strong. So suddenly, from being the worst weapon class, they had some of the best weapons all of a sudden. I don't know. That game had some weird stuff going on. Like, I like the systems, I like the settings, and the horrible puns. But oh man, there was some weirdness in there. Kinda just landed on the unfortunate side of, always preferring the weapons that sucked at first. And it wasn't even like a hipster kind of thing, it was just, I liked crossbows, I liked spears, I wanted to use them. So they introduced crossbows finally. Like, it was literally just a random joke item in a store that did pretty much no damage. You can only get a basic version of it. But they finally make all these new versions and everything else, and it's like, okay, the accuracy's terrible, the damage is comparatively terrible, they fire ridiculously slow, but all the bolts have these, like, weird effects on them, like, once every 10 shots or whatever, it'll ignore armor or something like that. And they sucked. Like, make no mistake, they were just awful. But yeah, kept struggling and trying to make it work. Anyway, enough about that one. Just the hosta thing reminded me of it. So this fight, like a lot of the early ones for the Law Route, kinda easy because they like to make a lot of the leaders squishy. Like that cleric up there. Now let's have you partake in some rock artillery. If this... yeah, that will not hit. I'm just kind of relying on this guy for some maybe crits and knockbacks, but that's not going to happen. He's going to be pretty useless right now. Especially without a weapon. Whoa. Jesus, Casual, when the hell did you become a friggin' missile spammer here? Now, original version, this fight has a tendency to end in, like, kind of a line right here. Typically, those guys will keep spamming Poison Rain. Actually, no. I'm thinking New Game. New Game Plus on that. No, they'll just keep using their bubble. Keep smacking people around. They won't actually do much of a thing. Let's see what they do now. Should probably take a quick look at their abilities, see what's changed. I know Poison Rain has been nerfed a lot. I believe it takes more, it does less damage. Yeah, so they just have that right now. So let me take a quick peek here. Poison Rain. Yeah, available at level 18 instead of 12. TP cost raised to 100, RT cost raised to 25, damage reduced, and switched to piercing instead of, I want to say the original was crushing. So, shouldn't be ridiculously super effective against anybody wearing plate. At least that's what it felt like. Heavier the armor, they always seem to get hit more. In general, just everything's weak to crushing. Which makes sense. Physics are always going to be king. Alright. So, Octopi, not nearly as tanky. That's fantastic. I just like that the beast units in general got nerfed. Because they weren't always dangerous, but a lot of times they were annoying. Like Octopi especially, they would do nothing, take a bunch of hits, and then wipe your party. It's like, okay, what exactly was I supposed to do in this situation? So that's not the shot I should have gone for. I should have gone for that soldier there. I'm gonna keep her out here to kind of lure one of those octopi into the water, though. Maybe some decent shots from here. You can. So hopefully they'll go into the water, try to bubble her. She should survive it, just well enough to walk away and get healed. And that should get them out of the way so I can get to their leader. Since this is pretty early game still, I'm not terribly worried about getting old kills in or anything. If anything, I'd like to keep the chaos frame pretty low, so hopefully late game can check out what happened with, what's her name? Ocean or something? I think that's it. No. Anyone need healing? No. In that case, who's getting this buff? I think you're getting that buff, because you're about to go in and stabify those people 3 spaces in front of you. There we go. Who's ready for a stabby stab? Ah, that's satisfying. Are you tanky enough to just take it? Yeah, whatever. Build that up later. Not worth it. Because then she might just end up getting killed off. Ouch. Now, hit rates in general seem a lot lower, but despite that, they're still hitting pretty often. You just get a skill up from getting smacked in the face. And yeah, I guess the skill raise is more noticeable now, where even if you get hit, you still, you still try to use your stuff to defend. Actually, let me check something. Yeah, so it's only fists that we're raising up. So I guess, this defense has a bit of a higher thing now? Because that is a lot of points for having just ranked up and gotten hit in the face, and I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know. Right, now I may not hang on to them for long, but I do want to pick up one of those octopi. Yeah, if only for the sake of collection. Now, sorry for the lag window. And there's no way I can attack down at all those octopi there. Kinda hoping to do a berserk. Or just smack this guy around. Don't need any of his shenanigans around. Okay. Okay, major heal gets the scaling buff too. That's good. Come over here, put yourself in slight danger. Heal her up. Man, why are you not blocking this fight? What gives? Alright, now let's see. She has hit this guy for 90. She took a hit, and then she failed to hit another one. And she got another 3%. So how did she jump 6% that last time? What the hell happened there? Hey, Colbert. Like your show. So you get to stabbing him. Yeah, they're not taking the bait. Also, can you stop hitting 25%? Yeah, they're completely not taking the bait as far as my caster over there goes. Not sure why. He said there haven't been any AI reworks, but they seem to be going more for kind of... Okay, actually no, they're a caster, so their resistance might be higher, that's why. They generally just go for whatever does more damage rather than what's more tactically significant. For lack of a less douchey way to put it. Alright, I want this guy gone, and I want my units kind of going up here a little bit. Because Denim's getting pretty close to getting knocked out, and I just want to end this fight. Probably drop a couple arrows onto that octopi next to Dinalto. Actually, I don't have any ranged options left for that. That's fine. Oh, well. If I don't get him, I don't get him. Let's just get you out of here. Nope. Okay. Fine, fair enough. Surprised the Pelta does that much damage to this guy. Well, you know, it's worth a shot. Smack him around a bit. Go for the subdue. 0% chance. Well, crap. Now, this is gonna end up hitting 2 of my guys. But we're gonna end up taking a lot less than we're given. And it's probably gonna die now. No? No. Oh, and by the way, Berserkers can actually enter water by default now. I forgot to mention that as well. Yeah, so she can... I keep seeing her as just a healer, not a semi-frontliner at this point. So she can easily hold her own up at the front. Don't really have to worry about her too much. I'd say I'm liking how well that Berserker's doing. Like, they're still taking damage when they're taking damage, but she's being just evasive enough to survive. And that never happened with the original Berserkers. Like, even if you gave them a shield, it didn't matter. Their evasion just was crap. Chance to take this lady out, so I will. And there goes a bunch of stuff. Alright. Yeah, it's kind of the downside of having a lap desk instead of a standard desk these days. Stuff falls off all the time. Oh, come on, that was a 25%. Nonsense, and you know it. You appear actually to have opened yourself up for a complete double kill here, though. Well, not double kill, but... Okay, maybe not even a single kill, but a lot of damage at any rate. Yeah, this guy can walk back to his spot. Yeah, what the was your name Marygate? Oh, go back to Armored Core, lady. What are you doing? That's your... Oh, Margaret. Okay, so I might be just completely reading stuff wrong today. As it happens. You can still do nothing. Keep watching the fight. Unlock that one. Another shot. Okay. We're still kind of getting a similar line here because of that gap. But it's not nearly as rough as it was before. Like, it's not because there's just octopi all over the place, because that knight's doing her job. There's L. O, L. Smooth dodges. I wish Casual would move up and be a little more helpful, though. Double stab. Not a very effective double stab, though. Probably get some Instill Light on these guys or something. Provide some support fire from back here, take out Colbert. Again, who's gonna run that show now? Might be a very long time until we find somebody as funny. Alright, you know what? I see an opportunity here. Dang it, get it gone! I wish these shield pushes were a bit more accurate, but oh well. At least there's a spot secured to go in and move in on Bleeder finally. Now, their knight shouldn't be able to move in where, shouldn't be able to move in on his other side, so she should be stuck here. Okay, didn't get a stun. That would've been nice. Right, get a kill on this guy. Maybe block off passage for her on the other side, so she's not blocking us anymore. Alright, so that seems to be the jump point, so we'll, block off here. And there we go. 2 soldiers should be more than enough to take care of 1 monk. I almost don't even want to get Proteus just because of his name. Why is it so generic? Ah, you know what I need? I need bestiality on him, that's what's going on. I need to be doing that so I can actually get some experience for it. I always forget that skill exists. There's so many more things than just people, but there's so many more people than anything else. So, everyone gets anatomy. You. Again, still light. Actually, at this rate, my cleric might actually make it to the point where they can resurrect people. Oh, actually, that's another thing I want to check. Is that still a cleric thing? Okay. Can't find resurrection. Is it spelled with 1 S or something? I don't know. I could have sworn it was mentioned in this PDF, but I'm not seeing it. I'll probably search it manually later. it was changed to Raise or something. At least, no, it was mentioned under Starseer. Or whatever the hell his name is. Not Seer. What was he? Oh, dang it, I know it's in here. Right, here's all the classes. Alright, found the spell section. Okay. Exorcism. Innovate, Awaken Stone, Cleanse, Unburden. First Hearten. Resurrect. Okay. RT cost raised to 40, range reduced to 3. Resurrect 2, mana cost down to 150, range reduced to 3. Okay, Astromancer can use... Okay, can't use Resurrect. Witch can't Resurrect. I'm just trying to see if Clerics can. Or what used to be known as Clerics. Resurrect items, Resurrect itself, Resurrect 1 and 2. Interesting. The Priests can use all, but there's only one Priest. Our Priest, no. Where is it? There's so many classes on here. Like, I kid you not, it's like 6 pages of different class notes. Okay, so all divine, non-damage. They do get it. I was kind of thinking for a sec that it became a unique class move, which, you know, that might be an idea. It's just like limiting resurrection stuff in general. Main resurrection items, they're expensive. It's kind of sensible that they wouldn't be around as much. But just for the sake of, you know, making sense plot-wise, like, okay, why is anyone dying if these items are around? You know what? I shouldn't have Mighty Impacted. I should have just done a regular stab. And whatever, fall off the hill. Or not. And what was I still trying to do here? I actually forget what it was that I was trying to do. Oh well. Hopefully we don't lose the Griffin. And Cleric should be able to punch him. Yeah, or punch her. Actually, for science, let's see. Skills, fists, 13.5. And got a kill shot. And she runs away, so we'll see if that even counts as a kill shot, but whatever. I'm pretty sure they get a few points bonus for that. Skip through this. Alright, now. What is her fist skill looking like? 15.4, so she got 2% out of that punch, so I don't think it was anything different, but I could be wrong. How long has this been? Because it feels like it's been running a bit long. Yeah, 45 minutes. So, I think I'm gonna call it apart there. And, yeah. Gonna keep on testing it, see what's new, see what's changed, see how some of the battle dynamics go. I just saved, I don't know why I'm saving again. But, yeah. Thanks for seeing this thing. Can't wait for the next versions of this mod. Kind of seems like it works with existing save files, so I might just continue it on where it is. But, looking forward to it.